He's finally here. I have him. Yeah! Hey action figure collectors, thank you for coming onto my channel. So I just wanted to show you that I finally got the big bad boy, Haslab Sentinel, which took like a year to come, and I finally have him. But I almost lost him though, because FedEx almost messed up my order, because they said they delivered it to my place, but then it ended up I couldn't find it, and I had to look downstairs for the longest time, and apparently they actually delivered it to another address. But thank goodness it finally came, it was sealed, and I'm super excited, and I wanted to share my first YouTube video with you with Marvel action figures. Just wanted to open it up, show you guys to see if this is worth it. Up. This is all the accessory he comes with, so I laid them all out. As you can see, there's 3 heads, actually 4, including this one, which is probably my favorite head. Then it comes with 2 Japanese tentacles, 2 figurines, which I'll talk about, and 1 battle damage hand, and a prime head for army building. So the 3 heads, we have the Master Mold head, the father of Sentinels, and I think he looks really good. I think it's pretty big, but I don't think I will have him on my display. I do like these 2 heads the most. So this is the battle damage head, which I think looks great for diorama. If you want to have, say, Wolverine attack him with the battle damage hand. One thing I did have a problem with in the promo videos was I thought the hands were too big. But when I actually have it now, they actually seem okay. They seem pretty accurate. The only thing is I think this head might be a little bit small. So if they did make this head a little bit bigger, it'll look a lot better. So like I said, this is my favorite head, and it does light up. So if you press it, the middle button right here, he has different color that will cycle around. And if you hold it long enough, a certain color will actually stay for a couple minutes, so you can actually take some toy photography with it with that certain color. No voice activation, which I'm kind of sad about. However, I guess when you're taking pictures, you don't really need the sound. This is the Sentinel Head, which I think it looks a little too much, just with the 3 heads. But I like the size of this head. I wish they did use the normal Sentinel head around this size, because this head is a little too small. But one thing I did notice about the heads is they do have wiring inside, even though it's not colored. But that shows you how much details they have put into it. So one more head I'll show you is the battle damage head. Looks really good. Even the wiring still kind of shows here. The black eye or exploded eye. So when you actually light them up, this eye won't show up, which is a really cool touch. It does mean like it's broken. I really like the hands, the finger articulation. And you can say hi to the neighbors. Hello neighbors! I'm Sentinel! You can put him against your window and then just leave him up and just go on like this. Perfect for Halloween. But I don't suggest it because someone will probably steal it. So the articulation is really good for a figure his size. They didn't use all one plain color on the wiring. They do have red, yellow and blue. It's like those bombs where you have to think which one you're supposed to snip off and the bomb won't explode. And they have more grills here. Yeah, I think they did really good on the wiring, and the shoulder pads are soft plastic, so it makes it easier for you to move the arm up and down. So let's take a look at the back. I have to watch out, I have to hold him, so it's a little bit harder to film him, just because he has grandpa knees. Like, as you can see, he's about to fall over. I don't want him to fall over. So he just sits on my couch right now and watches TV with me. The back. This is where the battery part is. So it doesn't show where the battery is. It has a little diaper, as my partner calls it, because he's a little baby, but he's my baby. Yeah, he's wearing a diaper here. So yeah, you can see everything's very detailed. The other two figures that came with the Haslab Sentinel is Sebastian and the Sentinel Female Prime. I did not read too much about their comic series. However, I did read up about them, and he's an actual fusion of Nimrod and Masterbolt. That's a very cool moment in Marvel series. Is like Dragon Ball, where Vegeta and Goku fusion together. Actually, it's more like all the androids fusion together to fight Goku in one of the movies. I believe his name was Android 13. I don't quite remember, but I just remember he was wearing a hat. I think he was 13, and then he turned out blue and red head, and he looked like a Broly, and I love Broly in Dragon Ball. So as you can see, he's just more like a regular figure. However, you can see that they did pretty nice detailing on his face. The red eyes and the robotic mouth on the bottom. However, I don't know how he got his goatee, because he's a robot, but still pretty cool look. So this is Sebastian, and I'll put him aside for now. I'll show you the other one that came with the package. So I do want to say that he is going around $60 to $70 on eBay USD. I guess he is quite exclusive. You can't really get him anywhere other than getting the Sentinel, backing up the Sentinel. Is he worth it? Well, if you're planning to army build Sentinels, I definitely think he's not bad, but 60 to 70, I think that's more of a pricier side. I don't know if I would pay that much for a figure. However, some people out there might. And then this is the Sentinel Female Prime. It's like a fembot. Like Austin Powers fembot. And that's cool. I mean, girls, robots kick ass and look good. Can't really go wrong with that, right? Actually, her sculpt looks really nice. She does look quite pretty. Blonde hair, red eyes. Red eyes looks a little scary, like a vampire. But other than that, it does look very good. I really enjoy having both of them in my collection. I'll probably have them. Oops, they're a little bit harder to stand, but they do look really good in the collection, especially if you want to have a battle scene with, which I probably would do, is have a big Sentinel and then I have like them fighting all the Xmen. So I'm just gonna try to set that up. It's a little bit hard because the Sentinel's so big, so I had to really remove a lot of shelf room for him. But having them both, I think they're really fantastic looking. So now that I'm really looking back, thinking that when I did get the Haslab Sentinel, I think he's definitely worth it for the price that I did pay. I remember people were having a big debate saying like, oh, he's too expensive, he's just a toy. Haslab's trying to make a lot of money. Yes, it's true. I mean, it is just a toy, and yes, well, of course Haslab is trying to make money, they're a company. But however, I didn't think that they charge too overpriced for the figure. If you really consider that if you're trying to buy one now, it's roughly around $800 to $1,000, and that's a little expensive. Also, there's a lot of people that collect figurines that are even more expensive. If you think about people that buy like Hot Toys, which I really wanted to buy into Hot Toys because Hot Toys is really nice detailed on their figures. but they're on the pricier end. They're quite expensive. I think each one is like 300 to like almost 1,000 for some of them, and having like trying to collect a whole like Marvel cinematic universe with each character will cost you quite a lot. And they're just toys, but people are willing to pay for it. Also, people are willing even to pay for Sideshow's statues, and they don't even move. But yes, they're very detailed. They look really amazing too. But each statue costs around roughly, I think, $400 to $1,000. I bought one myself. I like it, but it is quite big too. And it's just almost as big as the Sentinel. And if you really think about it, the Sentinel is actually more posable. You can do your own battle scenes, while statues and I know Hot Toys are very limited in their articulations. Well, Hot Toys, I know that it's a little bit harder, especially with the materials that they have. However, they usually just sit there like wax museums. So having like a Sentinel where you're actually able to pose and put other figurines is, it matches perfectly with your 6-inch figurines, and you can have a nice like diorama in your glass shelf if you have enough space. So when it comes down to, was it really worth it to buy the Sentinel? Oh, definitely. I think, I really regretted that I didn't get more. Having more of them, not really to sell them out, but if you really wanted to have if you have a bigger place and you have like glass shelves for all 5 of them, maybe maximum 3, I think, right? It looks really cool in your house, and I think people will really enjoy it too. I don't know. Let me know what you think about it. I think if you have the Sentinel, are you happy that you got it? What are the people that don't have it at this moment? What would you want to say? Like, would you regret you didn't get it? Now you really want it? And that's the thing about collecting figurines is sometimes it's hard to decide, and it is a lot of money. And even like Marvel Legends nowadays is quite expensive, like with the inflation rate. Sometimes it's hard to decide if you're gonna go buy a figurine or go out for dinner with your friend. And sometimes you have to really think and consider, like, oh, going out with a friend is a night of pleasure, or having a figure that will last till you die. I don't know if you want to have it till you die, but most likely, if that's the case, I don't know where it's gonna go afterwards, but it does last you throughout the lifetime, and you do get to enjoy it a little bit more. So next time if your friend's asking you to go out for dinner and you really need to buy a figurine, you tell them, if you're my true friend, you buy me dinner. Joking. Don't say that. But however, yeah, you just gotta decide if you would want to either have the figure or actually go out for dinner. And I mean, obviously, it's nice to have, go out with your friends and have a good time. But sometimes there's a regret when you don't get a figurine, which I did, and I still kind of regret it, which I still haven't got. Was the Marvel Legends Dark Phoenix 2-pack, which I saw at Toys R Us back then. Was only what I think it was like $30. Now it's like $200. It's ridiculous, but it is really hard to get, and I do really wish I had that figure in my collection. Maybe hopefully one day Hasbro, if you're listening to this video, please re-release the Dark Phoenix. I'd be very happy to have her in my collection. So saying that, I don't know, I would like to know what figurine that you guys missed out. In their comments, just tell me which one you really regretted that you didn't get, but you really wanted, and the price jacked up, crazy now that you can't even, well, you can still get it, but it costs you too much and you don't really want to spend that extra money, which I didn't really want to. I was very close to buying the Dark Phoenix for $200, but I just couldn't come across my head to saying that, is this something that I want to do? Like, I saw this for $30 and now it's like $200. Should I just wait for a re-release? Hopefully one day. So which figure do you think you regretted the most that you didn't get, and you wish that you actually did get it now? In the comments, please do let me know. I do want to have a little conversation with you guys about this. But other than that, thanks for watching this video. If you do like my content, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and hit the notification, and I will have a video up every Tuesday. All right. Have a good day. Take care. Bye bye.